It's a Dish with Deeva Show. Here she is, the one and only K-Cee Diva.
What up? What up, peeps? It's me. I'm back. How you doing? Did you miss me? Last couple weeks I took a vacation because your girl was burnt out. I had to just chill. It's so important, right? Especially now with everything going on, we have to take time for ourselves. That self-care is so important. So I'm back. And I'm back with a bang because my guest today, let me tell you, is like a superstar. All right. So I'm going to introduce him in just a few moments, and I will talk all about how I got to know him, and we'll talk about his career. We'll talk about a new song that he has out that's amazing, and we're going to play a live performance that he did right here on the show as well. Be sure to hit me up on IG. I'm at MZKC Diva. And notice how K-Cee Diva is spelled. No I in Diva, okay? No I, two E's. And also on Twitter, K-Cee Diva Shows, as well as YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe my page at K-Cee Diva Shows. And if you don't have to leave or whatever, can't watch the whole thing, these are recorded and posted on any of those sites, and you can watch it there in its entirety. But trust me, you don't want to go anywhere because you're going to want to hear this amazing song that I got a chance to preview. So I would like to introduce my guest. You see on the screen here, Mr. Jay Aaron. Jay, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here. So, just to give the folks a little bit of background, how I got introduced to you. You all out there watching, you may remember a beautiful young lady, Miss Kiki Chameleon. She's been on the show a couple times. She's out of Memphis. I met her through the lovely Princess Robin, who does a podcast with me called Northwest Nightcap, along with her hubby, Kurt K-Cee Clayton. Shout out to them. And Kiki hit me up a few weeks back and was like, hey, I've got a really good friend. I think he's super talented. He's got this new song out. He's watched your show, and he'd love to come on, if you're interested, if you like the song. Sure, okay, cool. Send me the song. When I literally tell you, like, I rewound the song and played it, like, initially, like, 3 or 4 times because I was dancing to it. I was singing it. I know the words. I mean, it's just a bomb song. And we're going to play it for you a little bit later on. But that's how Jay and I are here today. So thank you, Kiki, for doing the introduction. So, Jay, let's kind of go back like I like to do with my guests. I read in your bio like you've been doing this for a while. Like music and the whole thing is nothing new to you. I think I read 4 years old is when you started. So walk us through kind of that journey. When did you really realize this is something I want to do as a career?
Doing it as a career, actually, I was an adult by the time I realized
Oh,
that, but it runs all through my mom's side of the family. Like everybody plays, sings, or does something.
mhm.
So I guess I always kind of had the gift, but it wasn't discovered until like I was like 4. I was cleaning up with my aunt, and I think I was in my room, and she tells this story a whole lot better than me. She was saying that she told me to turn off the radio. I think Michael Jackson was playing or something, and I cut it off. But she, thought that I was being very disobedient. So when she came back to, handle her business, it was me singing along with me singing along, no radio. And so she hurried up and told my parents, "Oh my God, he can sing, he can sing." And so that's
That's
where it
cute.
kind of got cranked. So yeah, I got my first solo, Bishop Patterson, actually, G.E. Patterson, because I grew up in church. He gave me my first solo as a lead. And then, I just grew up in church singing in praise teams, gospel
Mhm.
choirs. And I eventually started, like, my goal was to be a professional background singer. I didn't want to sing lead. So,
What
Kiera,
with that amazing voice? Are you kidding me?
oh wow. Yeah, I was good with background. I really, really was. That was my goal, to become a professional, get a
Mhm.
steady check, get to travel the world backing up the artists. But Kiera wasn't having it. It was her, my big brother Keenan Smith. They just kind of like they were like, "No, you need to be out front. You need to be solo." And so yeah, I recorded my first single actually 10 years ago, Full Throttle.
Really? Okay.
So yeah, this is year 10 for me. So yeah, and we've been going full steam ever since.
Now, tell me what does it take? I do these interviews with people. Everyone has like a different kind of creative process. What would you say your process is when it comes to like you said your first single was like 10 years ago. Go back to that moment, and how did that unfurl? Like, we're just sitting there one day going, I'm gonna write a song and I'm gonna record it, and then how does that work?
Well, I've always written, like my thing has always been behind the scenes, like
Okay.
singing background. I actually was a songwriter in college. Johnny Nelson, I will never forget this guy, actually had me on his writing team. And so, I've always been a writer first. And so, when it came my turn to do stuff for me, because I've always been writing, it was kind of like nothing to go into the studio,
Mhm.
be like, okay, I think this is the one. And of course, the producer at that time and Dejan helped me vocally arrange everything because I'm solid lyrically. Melodies give me issues sometimes with coming up with structure and stuff with that.
Okay.
But yeah, yeah, I'm
Right.
huge with collaboration, in the studio because I
Yeah.
believe that, other ears and other, ideas and perspectives can really help a song really be what it is.
Mhm.
So, of course, I do write by myself, but I always enjoy collaborating with others, and that's usually my process.
I love that. And so, who are some of your influences? And anybody that either past or present that you kind of like their style and follow them or really influenced you to want to kind of continue down this road.
Right. So I got both sides. So my mom listened to everything when I was coming up. So she's how I got my not church influences, and my dad's a pastor. So, of
Oh.
course, gospel was heavy in my house. So the
Mhm.
Clark sisters, Daryl Coley, James Moore, the Hawkins, so I grew
Mhm.
up with that, but then I also had Stevie Wonder and Aretha Franklin, Michael Jackson, who's my all-time favorite. So
Michael Jackson, yes.
yeah,
R.I.P.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, I'm a
So
huge people that grew up with me. I am a huge Michael Jackson. My parents have an attic full of like Michael memorabilia that I'll do something with at some point in time. But it's been in their attic for years.
oh, he's that guy. I can't tell you how many spankings I got because my parents divorced, so my dad is super religious, and so it
Oh,
was like if I got caught listening to anything, it was just like Michael Jackson again.
Michael. Let's see. Hey, Anthony. Thanks for tuning in, hon. Anthony says, "What's your favorite Michael Jackson album?"
Okay, because I'm a super fan, Thriller, of course, is gonna be my number one, but my favorite Michael Jackson song is Off
Yeah.
the Wall.
Is it? Now, see,
Yes.
mine is Smooth Criminal. I that
Oh,
that
really?
that that dun 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 dun, 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 like I can hear it in my head like right now. Like that is my ultimate favorite song.
I love harmonies, so Michael's backgrounds were always just like,
Oh, I know, I know. So is there anyone that would be obviously Michael, but anyone else that would be like, you would love to work with or collaborate with?
oh, it's a long list. Gospel side, of course, the Clark sisters. They're
Oh,
high on my
they're
list.
amazing. Amazing.
And when it comes to R&B, Brandy's a huge influence on me. Like I
Oh,
love
yeah.
Brandy.
I did too.
She's super cool. I'd love to work with her, Avery Wilson, just like a lot of. I'm open to anybody actually. Because I'm a musician first, so it's like, all right, so if you can really, really sing, let's do it. Let's go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. Yeah, Anthony. Anthony says Michael was the only guy that was amazing at doing his own background vocals. For years I didn't realize because I'm not in the field that he was doing his background vocals until like, I kind of got older and was listening and somebody had mentioned it before too, which is really cool. Um, yeah, I mean, and you can tell like in your song, which we'll get to in a few minutes, um, you can kind of all the people you named, you can hear those influences in your voice, in your tone, and yeah. So tell me this: how long? What you talk a little bit about the process? How long does it take? Like people, you hear a song on the radio or see a video and you think, oh wow, that must have been super easy. Or when people like myself have no clue like what all goes into it. Like how long does it take? realistically to say, I'm gonna, create a song and get it produced, because you got to get all the music components, the producer, etc. How long does it take to put out a single?
Start to finish, honestly, it really depends on the creative process. If it's a smooth song and we got it written and
Hmm.
got it basically structurally sound,
Hmm.
it can take us anywhere from 4 to 6 hours because I am a singer and it's different.
Yeah.
Like a rapper can go in 30 minutes and knock it out, but I have to make sure pitch is right and making sure feel is good.
Mm-hmm.
And I do my own backgrounds most of the time, so I'm in there, having to stack
Wow.
harmonies and make sure everything is good and it's clean and it's precise. So
Yeah.
once you get everything recorded, then you have to send it to be mixed and mastered. Then you have to go do your photo shoot for your single cover and your marketing and your branding. So
Ooh,
it takes a lot to put
it's a
out
lot,
music.
right?
It's a lot.
All right. So I'm going to cue up here your new single. And I love the title of this too. It's called Diamonds. While I get this ready, why don't you tell folks what was your inspiration behind this song?
Okay, so it's really funny that I wasn't the person who actually came up with the concept. It was during the height of the pandemic. I had taken a hiatus from music due to personal reasons, and I was sick of it, and I was ready to come back. And so I linked up with a very talented songwriter named Ryan Lotus, and he was just like, "I think you should write." At the time, I was married. He was like, "I think you should write about how you felt when you met your wife," and I was like, well, not feeling very loving right now. So, but
Oops.
we could try it.
Yeah.
And so that's where it kind of came from. And as we kept
Mhm.
writing it, the Afro beats influence came about due to my
Mhm.
producer DJ Diamonds. The version that you hear wasn't
Mhm.
the original version. The first version was
Oh,
really poppy, a lot of guitar and stuff, and it
mhm.
didn't feel as good. So
Mhm.
DJ dropped the key, gave it the Afro beats influence, and it is what it is now.
Wow. Now let me ask you this. Do you play any instruments yourself?
I do not. Like I can play keys well enough to let you know like this is where I want to go, but nah.
Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, fair enough. All right. So I'm gonna play a clip here. Now tell us where was this performance we're getting ready to see?
Okay, so we did a virtual concert called the House Party last year. It was basically my return to the stage, and we debuted Diamonds, and it was an amazing thing to do. I'm glad I did it virtually versus live because my stamina was not ready. I needed those in between stops, so yeah, it's still on YouTube now. As you mentioned, my best friend Kiki Chameleon, she debuted on that show, and yeah, it was just a really good time. I think if I think your viewers would enjoy seeing it. So yeah, that's where it's coming from. Diamonds, where we actually debuted it last year.
All right. And so yeah, when we're done, we'll talk a little bit about the house party and like remind people like where they can see it because I actually did see it and it was amazing. So I think you organized that whole thing. It was really good. And we needed that at that time, right? We couldn't go to concerts weren't happening, COVID was still, and so to be able to have a concert right in your own home, I think was just a really good concept and it was a lot of fun.
Oh man, see, that's why we did
Yes,
it.
exactly. Okay, folks. If this is the debut of Jay Aaron's brand new single called Diamonds and a performance from last year's house party that you get to see right here on Dish with Diva. All right, here we go.
All right, y'all. New music. I can be the one, be the right guy. You can be my love, be the good type. I know you always wanted love and the right type. Want that old vintage loving and a good time. I know that you see I'm a star, but you got love beyond the lights. I can see you from afar. I want this to last all night. You got the drip like ice, I should put you in the mix. You got love like diamonds, I should put you on my wrist. What's more valuable than you, it don't exist. Long as I got your love, baby, I'm pretty rich. You got love like diamonds, you. Hey. You got love like diamonds, you. Hey. You know I'm all about my Benjamins. Let me be a jeweler, I'd be the man. I just wanna rock with you. Baby, you're so unstoppable. I know that you see I'm a star, but you got love beyond the lights. I can see you from afar. I want this to last all night. Yeah. You got the drip like ice, I should put you on my list. You got love like diamonds, I should put you on my list. I should put you on my list. What's most valuable than you and only exist? Oh, no. Cause I got your love, baby, I'm really rich. You got love like diamonds, you. Hey, yeah. You got love like diamonds, you. Yes, you do, baby. You got love like diamonds, you. Hey, yeah. You got love like diamonds, you. Come on and love me, love me, love me. Come on, be mine. Baby, baby, baby. I see you over there. Your way you're shining. I'm digging your love just like a mining. Come on and love me, love me, love me. Come on, be mine. Baby, baby, baby. I see you over there. The way you're shining. I'm digging your love just like a mining. You got the drip like ice. I should put you in my mix. You only make me better, baby. You got love like diamonds. I should put you on my wrist. You're super expensive, girl. What's more valuable than you is don't exist. No, 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 no. Cause I got your love, baby, I'm really rich. You got love like diamonds, you. Let me see I rock just like this. You got love like diamonds, you. Fellas, hold your diamond tight. You got love like diamonds, you. You got love like diamonds, you. You got love like diamonds, you. Hey, yeah. Play, y'all.
Yes. I was trying to do the moves like the dancers, Uh,
You and me both.
I'm like, ooh, they were making me tired watching them. They were awesome.
I
Uh,
love those ladies.
yes, they were amazing. They're amazing. Yeah, that was a really fun show. And so when we talk about things like, what does it take to put a show like that together? Because now not only is it a live show, but it's live and it's virtual. What was that like?
Stressful. Like we've been putting on these events actually since I started because I love my city. I'm
Mhm,
Memphis till I die. But there was no space when I started. I started as a
mhm,
pop artist, so there was no platform for me because Memphis is heavily R&B and soul. And so we were kind of used to the process of putting on live shows, but this was
mhm.
our very first virtual. And so although we didn't have the audience there, so one of those obstacles was performing high energy set with nobody in the room. And so,
Oh,
like
wow.
putting that kind of stuff together, making sure lighting was good, angles
Mhm.
were good. I know we shot some songs multiple takes just to make sure we had the right, feel
Oh,
for
wow.
everything. So yeah,
Mhm.
virtual was definitely a different experience, but I would do it again. I really would.
You
I
were doing
enjoyed it.
good.
So if we ever have another panini, look out for another virtual.
Well, well, the thing as horrific as this pandemic has been, I feel like, and I had this discussion with Kiki that it forced us to be creative, right? To figure out, okay,
Hmm.
how can we still do the things we love, still entertain people, still make money, so all the things, right?
Yeah.
And still be able to have that connection, that interaction when we're on lockdown and away from people. And so I just applaud, like, all you guys, your efforts and pulling that together, because like you said, it's not an easy task. Speaking of Miss Kiki, hello. She says hello, loves.
Yay!
Hey. She put some diamonds up. Yep. And let's see. Oh, hey, Uncle D. Love this interview. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. What she say? Not painful.
You already know, Key.
She did a wonderful job as well. I'm telling you guys, go to what's your YouTube channel? Is it
J Aaron,
JM?
just youtube.com/J Aaron. It'll
JM.
straight
Okay.
up. Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. And watch the house party. It was it's worth the watch. Kiki did amazing as well. She looked stunning as usual, and her dancers were amazing. And I was trying to do some of her moves too. And I mean, I don't know how y'all did it because
A lot of prep.
exactly. All right. Well, as our viewers know, I like to play a little game with my guests called Two Truths and a Lie. Just a fun way to get to know the people I have on the show. So, are you ready, Jay? Do you have your two truths and a
Sure.
lie ready for me? And I'll see if I can guess which is which. So I'll
Sure.
try to do it and say all three, and then I'll try to guess which one is not true.
Okay. So, I don't like salad dressing. Um, what's another one? I hate steak and let's see. Ah, you said two truths and a lie, right?
hmm
I ah, this is actually harder than I thought. And I don't like cloudy days.
You like what?
Cloudy
Cloudy days?
days.
Okay. You don't like salad dressing, don't like steak, and don't like cloudy days. Okay, let me think about this. How could someone not like steak? Unless you're vegetarian. All right, I'm gonna say because you're in Memphis, you don't like cloudy days. You guys get a lot of nice weather and warm weather out there. And I'm gonna say that that is true. I'm gonna say that it's also true that you don't like salad dressing, and I'm gonna say you hate steak because you're probably like vegan or vegetarian or something. I don't know. Okay, was I right?
Let's see. So I actually love cloudy days. So that was the lie.
Oh,
I
oh,
love cloudy
wow.
days.
Do
Like
you?
that when the rain is coming, I'm
Mm.
inside. Like I'm the king of introverts. I tell people that all the time. Like I'm
Uh,
extroverted on stage. I'm introverted when I'm not.
what? That is,
I
you know,
love my house.
that is true of a lot of like entertainers. I've heard them say that before. Like, on stage or hold different personality, but you really kind of like your self time, and that's so interesting to me. Well, okay, cloudy days are your thing. Well, you would love Seattle, let me tell you. We got a lot of rain, a lot of
I probably
clouds right
would.
now. All right. Well, before we go, one last question I have for you is for those out there who might be thinking that they want to break into the music business. I know it's changed over the years, right? We see it evolve. It seems like continue to evolve. Any words of encouragement or kind of maybe missteps that you took that you're like, oh, if I had to do this over, I would have kind of gone this route, or any advice to those people maybe they got a single swirl in their head they want to release, but a little nervous.
Okay, so I think my top three. Start now. Don't wait for a perfect moment. So start wherever because if you keep waiting on
Mm-hmm.
the perfect moment, it'll never come. So if you want to start in this business, start somewhere. Like you need to start writing, get in the studio, start linking up, go to networking events, do something that would start making you have some momentum.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look at your numbers as a way to say, no, I'm just not going to do this anymore. No, you have to keep being consistent because you never know
Mm-hmm.
when something's going to hit. And lastly, invest into yourself. Like somebody told me once when I first got started, they told me that investors will be more attracted to a product where the person that was creating the product
Mm-hmm.
was more invested in than they would be. And so
Oh, wow.
I always try to make sure that I get quality over quantity. So
Mm-hmm.
if it costs a little more for me to have a good quality product, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
make sure I do that. I may not have as many releases as the next person, but
Yeah.
I have quality in my releases. So I mean, those are my top three that I would tell any artist that wants to get started.
Wow, that's some excellent advice. I think that could be like pertain to any profession, right? I mean, investing in yourself is so important, and worth it, especially in the quality piece. Because I mean, as we've seen, I mean, people some of this music, they're just cranking it out, and it's just like,
Yes.
did you put any thought to it at all? Or you just sampling somebody else yet again? It's been sampled like 10,000 times. So yeah, very sound advice. I love it. Okay, tell the people where we can find you, your social media.
Okay, so Instagram is underscore JAY dot AARON. Facebook, just type in J Aaron, I should pop up. YouTube, J Aaron, I should pop up. We try to keep everything pretty consistent.
That's smart.
Um,
Yeah.
and so Diamonds is actually out. It's available on every streaming platform, so you can actually add it to your playlist and just rock out to it. We got new music actually dropping in August, so be on the lookout for that.
Oh, really? Okay, well then I mean you got
Yeah,
to come back and say hi to me again.
absolutely.
All right. I look forward to that. All right, peeps. Well, be sure to go check him out, support him. And in the meantime, take care of yourself, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will be back next week, same time. Be sure to hit me up in between time, and we'll see you all very soon. All right, later.